everybody, today we have beautiful gaming laptop HP Omen 16 with AMD Ryzen 7 processor and AMD Radeon RX 6600M graphics. Let's take it apart, let's see what we can fix, replace or upgrade. Start with the bottom screws. Now we have to separate the bottom case from the Palmrest. So find a gap where you can put your sponger tool and work your way around the edge. So you can separate all the clips. Okay, the bottom is out. That's our bottom case. Now we have access to all internal components. Let's start with disconnecting the battery. Okay. Now let's take out all the screws for the battery. One more screw here. Okay, so that's our battery. Here we have the part number. So if the battery doesn't hold the charge or it's swollen, you can replace it. Now we can access our memory. So spread these arms, and this is how we can take out the memory. So you can replace it or upgrade to the bigger one. Here we are taking off the heatsink and cooling. So if your laptop overheats or the fans are making grinding noise, this is how we can fix the problem. So unscrew all the screws for the fan. Yeah, unscrew the screws for the heatsink. Let's see if we can. Okay, we can lift the heatsink now. Be careful, don't bend it. It won't work if you bend it. Here we have the part number. Now we can take out cooling fans. Unplug it from the motherboard. And here we have the part number. So that's one fan, and here we have the opposite side. disconnected from the motherboard. And that's our second fan. Here we have the part number. Now we can access our DC power jack. So if your laptop doesn't charge the battery because the power isn't coming through the DC jack, or the DC jack is physically broken, replace it. So unscrew it. And this is our DC power jack. Here we have the part number on the green sticker. Now let's disconnect our speakers. So if your sound is bad, you can replace speakers. So this is the first one, that's the part number. Okay, to access the second one, we will have to lift the motherboard. So let's disconnect it for now, and now we are taking out our motherboard. So first I will disconnect all the connectors from it, like the keyboard, touchpad. That's our video cable. So we have the Wi-Fi card here, so we can also replace it. Disconnect the Wi-Fi antennas and unscrew one screw on the top. This is how we can take it out. Here we have the part number, model number. Okay, now we can continue with our motherboard. So take out all the screws. Here we have two more connectors. Okay, so continue with taking out the screws. Take out also this I/O board because it's connected underneath under the motherboard. So let's take it out. So this is how you can fix your broken USB ports, by replacing this board. Okay, that's a Wi-Fi antenna. One connector here. Alright, so the motherboard is out. Here we have the part number. And here we can disconnect our I/O board with the USB ports. Here we have the part number. Here I forgot to mention that the processor and the graphics card are soldered on the motherboard. So if you need to replace those, you have to replace the whole motherboard. Now we have access to our second speaker. Take out the screw. And that's our speaker. Here we have the part number. Now let's take out the hinge screws because we are taking off the Palmrest keyboard assembly. So the Wi-Fi cable will stay with the screen assembly, so make sure it's not connected to the Palmrest anymore. Okay. Now unfold the hinges. And now you can take out this Palmrest keyboard assembly. Looks like the keyboard is riveted to the Palmrest, so you cannot replace it. You would have to buy the whole assembly like this. This is how it's usually sold. Let's check the touchpad. Touchpad is also glued, so you cannot replace it. You would have to replace the whole assembly. If you are looking for parts, check gotlaptopparts.com. And here we have our screen left, also usually sold in one piece. It's very hard to replace just the LCD. It may crack easily. It's very fragile. So usually look for the whole screen assembly. Okay, thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video.